I'm 22, I'm in my final year, and I have 60 days until I'm done with school. 60 days till I have my final year defense. And in those 60 days, I'm trying to build a business that makes 2 million naira every single month. I'm not waiting till after graduation. I'm not waiting till things calm down. In fact, next month I even have exams, but I'm trying to do every single thing in the thick of it. And in this video, I want to share exactly the businesses that I'm building, what I'm working on, and how exactly I plan to get there in such a short time. So stay tuned. Sir? So let me tell you what the businesses actually are. So there are two major businesses that I'm currently building. And one of them is my private community. It's called the Distinction Circle. So I realized that a lot of people struggle to stay consistent with their goals and the things that they're working on. So you have the intention, you have the drive, you have the zeal, you have all of those things, right? And you really want to do better for yourself. You don't like how your life is going, the structure of your life, things like that. You want to build better habits, improve the quality of your life, and primarily achieve your goals. But then one of the major things you struggle with, or one of the major reasons why people can't stay consistent, is because they are doing it alone. There's no one to be accountable to. Maybe in your circle, you're currently the only one that's trying to take control of your life. I mean, I've been in that situation before. So I built that private community. So all of us, a group of young people who are working on their goals, trying to improve the quality of their lives, sort of like come together and do that. So there's accountability, there are systems that we give each person that comes into the community, there's a tracker. And then I think the most important thing for me is that we meet every single week. So instead of waiting till the end of the month, because most like communities I've seen, they have one monthly call. So instead of having to do that, we meet every single week. And then if you are drifting, we can easily course correct. We come and we talk about the things that we're working on. I mean, it's really amazing. And we've had like so many testimonials so far. So that's the current business, and that costs 5,000 naira per month. So the goal is to grow that to about 200 members. And currently we're like 30 something to 40. So the goal is to grow that to like 200 members in 60 days. And now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds so funny. But that's the first business. Then the second one is a more intensive program. So it's for people who are actually building stuff, but are struggling to manage that with their current schedule. So whether you're a student, you're doing your master's, you're working in 9 to 5, like whatever it is, you just have like a packed schedule, but then you are in the process of building something. Maybe you have a job and you're looking to shift from that, or maybe you're even a freelancer that is managing multiple jobs. I know, I've had someone like that before, right? Then you come on and it's a one-on-one 14-day sprint. So it's basically just going to be you and I for 14 days. Eventually, I want to turn it to group coaching, but for now, it's one-on-one. So I come into your life, we do like a 1-hour audit call. Immediately you get into the program, and then I audit every single area in your life, right? From your schedule to the things that you have to do, and we set one goal primarily. And the point of that is so that we can come up with a needle-moving task that you need to do every single day for 14 days, right? And in those 14 days, I'm not just helping you stay consistent, I'm teaching you the particular systems that you can put in place so that you can remain consistent after those 14 days. So that's something that we're currently working on. I haven't really announced it. I've only like reached out to a couple people like one-on-one, but I haven't announced it publicly. But the program costs 40,000 naira for 14 days. So the goal for that is to get like, currently I can't work with so many people at once since it's a one-on-one structure for now. But the goal is to have like consistently 5 to 10 people that we're doing that for every month. So if I can do that in the month of May and then in the month of June as well, then for me, like we've already been successful at that. Of course, if you now do the numbers, so let's even talk about it on the high end, right? So if I'm doing 10 people for 14 days or 10 people a month, right? I just take 10 people a month, right? That's 400,000 naira. If you add the Distinction Circle math that we did, so 200 members at 5,000 naira subscription, that's 1 million. So that's just 1.4 million, right? So obviously with the sprint, I don't plan, like I said earlier, I don't plan to leave that to like a one-on-one session for the long term. The goal is to eventually turn that to a cohort structure. And I think after that, the goal is even to turn it into, instead of 14 days, when it becomes a group structure, we're doing for like 90 days. Of course, it's going to be way more expensive than 40,000. When it's a group coaching for 90 days, you pick 1 to 3 goals and then we just hash in on that. I'll talk more about that in like future videos, but that's something that I'm thinking about heavily, right? But for now, those are the current things that I'm working on. Now, if you fit into any of these categories and you want to like work with me, so either get into the private community or work with me one-on-one, then the links would be in the description. But now to the major needle moving task, because all I've done is describe to you what it is that we're working on. I haven't described how exactly I plan to achieve these goals. The major needle moving task, like the one and only, is visibility. So the question is, how exactly do I plan to get so many eyes to the things that we're doing that would cause us to like really scale, right? Because I used to worry a lot about the product, like, is this product actually good? And even till now, like sometimes I get like anxious and I think about it a lot. I'm trying to build, trying to work on it and things like that, trying to improve the product with my customer success manager. We're trying to do that. But I think the fact that, especially with the community, the fact that there are people that pay every month, like we have like 2 people who have been paying for like 4 months now. And in my mind, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, are you not tired? Like, and stuff, of course, not literally, but then it's so like interesting to me that we have people that keep on paying every single month. And the major thing what we need right now is just like scale. And what scaling looks like is get many eyeballs on the things that we're doing. So the product is good. We have testimonials like every week from the community and all the rest. So that's the major thing. And how I plan to do that primarily is by content. So I have an Instagram page, and that's like where I do most of my stuff. With YouTube, I'm really just documenting my journey, because I have goals for YouTube. Like I want to get to like 4K subscribers before I'm done with school, so in like 60 days, right? But with Instagram, I'm currently on, I think, about 2.6K at the point of making this video. The goal is to get to like 10K in 60 days. Right, that's a very crazy goal. Well, all the goals that I've been saying throughout this video, they are crazy. But get 10K followers. And in my head, the more visibility we can get via content, the more we can feed those people into my paid product. Because I think my page is already optimized well enough. Like my profile, the link that's in my bio, things like that. And then I also have like strategy on how I talk about my content. We do that once a week. We have carousels that go out, things like that. So I think it's optimized enough. I also pay for ManyChat. If you don't know what ManyChat is, it basically helps with automation. So anytime I want someone to do something, so I can say, we want to join the community, comments community, and then ManyChat does that automatically, right? So we had one of our posts that went viral recently, hit like 50K views. And then I said, if anyone wanted to join the community, comments this particular thing. So if I didn't have that automation on, I'll have to like do that myself. So the point I'm trying to make is that it's already optimized for scaling. We just need to actually get the scaling or the visibility, as it were, right? And that's what content currently looks like. So visibility starts primarily from my content. So that's like the top of funnel. And then usually what people do is they feed people into their newsletter, or they feed them into something. So usually it's a newsletter, but I don't know how newsletters work well in Nigeria for a Nigerian audience of this caliber, right? So young people and all the rest. I don't know if they check their mail. Some that I will test. But then one thing that I'm certain of is that a lot of Nigerians use WhatsApp. So I opened a WhatsApp channel and I spoke to like my mentor on that, Sarbolu Okunade. So he advised, if I said do everything, 10-factor authentication. So I have a WhatsApp channel. I opened that. I post stuff every single day on there. And it's basically stuff that would help you with executing, living a higher quality of life. Again, if you want to join that, I can like link will be in the description, right? So it's absolutely free. Every single day I post stuff there. Currently we're like 480 people in the WhatsApp channel, and every week, at least once or twice a week, I'm selling the community. So I'm telling them, okay, this is what we're doing. So this week we're talking about execution. Now, if you want to actually apply this or use this, or if you want this to help you better, things like that, you can join the community. So that's the idea behind that. So it makes it easier. So we have visibility from my Instagram page as top of funnel. And then I also feed people into the WhatsApp channel, right? Which makes it easier, because I mean, if you were willing to join my WhatsApp channel, then chances are high that it's going to be easier for you to pay for any one of my products if you think you fit the criteria. Right, and then from there we just go to the Distinction Circle community. So what I'm still trying to work on is a strategy on how to feed people into the sprint. for now, I can't take on a lot of people. I think for now, I'm looking to, the month of May, like I'm looking to take on maximum of 3 people. Like once we hit 3 people, I'm done. I'm already in conversations with one of them. So once we hit that, bam, we're done with that. And then for the final one, I know I said 2 major businesses that I have, then I have one final one, but then it's not like a business. I'm just even talking about it to document my journey. I'm not trying to get anybody into that program because it's a better program. It's like my skills to profit program. So one of the things that a lot of people ask me is, Tega, how can I make money? And then of course I know a lot of ways that you can, because I've done a lot of things in the past, from Forex to drop shipping to affiliate marketing, all those things. But then usually I used to think, or I think that my life is sort of like a template that other people can follow or emulate. And I'm thinking, okay, how exactly do I make money? I don't make money from investing. I don't do real estate. I don't do all of those things. And none of them are bad. Like eventually I want to get into some of these things. But what I do is basically turn my skills, my passion into profit, right? So I'm trying to build like a framework, like an entire business college where I can teach people on how to do that. But I only plan to launch that like towards the end of the year, because evidence got struck, right? So towards the end of the year or early next year. But I had like a client that was like literally pleading, I beg, help my life. So I said, okay, this is going to be a better program. So currently the person is paying 190 to 200,000 naira per month for that. And I'm helping her turn her skills, things that she's passionate about and she's good at already, into profit, and we're positioning her for that. So I'm hoping that that turns into monthly recurring revenue, at least for like 3 months, right? So it means that already feeds into like my goal. So, and of course, like the more, if I give her the kind of results that she's looking for, then I can easily increase the price that she's paying. So these are the 2 major businesses, and then one better that I'm working on. And then Instagram is the primary way in which I plan to scale that, plus my WhatsApp channel. Like that's how I plan to eventually get to my goal. So we're just increasing the numbers of people that come to my Instagram, and then my WhatsApp channel as well. So that means a lot of optimizing. Like I optimize a lot. I do content research, I reverse engineer, I use Claude, things like that, right? I'm just trying to grow like the Instagram page as fast as possible, the WhatsApp channel, and do all of these things like as fast as possible, right? Because like I said, I have just 60 days left till I'm done with school. The major bottleneck with all of these things that I'm doing is the amount of work that I have to do in school, besides even academics, right? Like I just even finished planning a conference. I did another one, I think 2 months ago, all right? I'm chairing or leading 2 associations on campus. So all of these things take my time. In fact, for the past 2 weeks, I haven't been able to actively work on my business. And just because of how big the goals that I'm working on are, it takes a lot of time. Like I have to genuinely immerse myself. I guess something that I would do full time, like something that someone could literally do full time, right? Like with the goals, and then I have to mix it, not just even with academics, but with all the things that I'm currently doing. But I think that's what makes the entire process a lot more enjoyable. So I'm documenting everything, all right? And yeah, let's see how it goes.